Hi everyone, I'm Alice from England. Hi! This is such a huge room. Hello back there. I'm just going to shout because I don't know what's going on with the microphone. And yeah, thank you for coming. I'm Alice. I'm from the UK. I'm an English teacher. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about my organization and what I do and why I'm here. And yeah, I want to start with an opening question. Close your eyes, and I want you to think about a time, the last time in your life, where you felt pure joy, blissful joy, happiness, freedom, playfulness, silliness. And maybe you can't think of anything. That's all right. Just notice that too. Open your eyes. Welcome back. And I'm going to start by, oh this beautiful non-AI drawing I created to illustrate. But this is also, the joy of imperfection and celebrating art that is slightly human-made. So sometimes I work with students learning English, with kids and with adults. And something I've noticed about working with adults is that they know just as much English, they know exactly what to do, but they're so terrified. We're so terrified of making mistakes, of not being the best, of failing, basically, of looking silly, of looking stupid. And I learned how to play again from my students here. They taught me spontaneity and silliness and just the joy of ridiculousness. And I realized it's something I was missing from my life, and also that I could bring to people as a teacher and as a person. And so I started to explore learning Bulgarian with improvised theater, which is like play for adults, make-believe, where you just create something on the spot, you have no script, and you just go onto the stage and hope for the best. And sometimes it's like amazing, and sometimes it's really embarrassing and cringe. And cringe is such a huge part of play and growing, and it's something we don't really allow a lot of ourselves to experience. So I invite you to give yourself into the cringe next time you have an opportunity. But also, sometimes when we don't get to explore parts of ourselves, we don't get to accept our shadow or parts of us that we don't like. And in role play, we can kind of act out these parts, like, I can be a bitch, I can be a witch, I can be all the aspects of myself I'm not normally allowed to be, and that's so liberating. And I've grown a lot from that. Also, we can fail. We're taught, I grew up in a system where failure was seen as a failure. We had to be the best at everything. And since I've been in Bulgaria in the last 10 years, especially as a teacher, I've learned how to fail dramatically in many areas of my life, especially in Bulgarian language. And also just the fact that so many holes everywhere around your city. I'm falling into them all the time, and I've learned to love it. And this is some of the best that I can that I can give, is to create spaces for people to fail in, to mess up in, to be silly, and to say the wrong thing in, because that's how you grow, and that's how you learn, and that's how you reach your goals. And so this was with the English Language Cafe, created these games for people. People play characters, you create your own character, and then you have scenarios, and you have to work together to see what happens when you do scenarios. And this one was space mission, which was created. The different tables represent spaceships, and they're traveling through space in this picture and looking at different planets. And if they have any problems, they can just go to the neighboring spaceship and check in with them and get supplies or resources or anything they might need. So it's more collaborative games and less on competitive. Because, this is from a live-action role-play game we played called Ghost Court, where you take ghosts to court because they've been disrupting you, and some people can play the ghosts and some people can play the angry neighbors, and it's just ridiculous, and there's a lot of fun, and we have maps with language too to help people if they need prompts, so it's kind of supportive in that way. I had a lot of fun making this wig too. All the cotton wool buds kept on falling out as the judge was being very dramatic, like order, and it was fun. And this is actually a live-action role-play game with no speaking at all. 4 hours of complete silence, and all they had to do was create their own sign language. As you can imagine, there was a lot of misunderstandings. But it was really about learning how to fail and communicate as you go, and lots of just dealing with misunderstandings, and that's what language is. Basically, it's just kind of misunderstanding each other until eventually we get it, and when we do, it's like, oh my God, we actually understood each other. Exploring different ways to communicate, and then the next slide is this is another live-action role-play game where 20 people turned up to this, and they all got into groups and played different characters that lived on the Tree of Life. And there was a problem where the Tree of Life was dying, and they had to try and work together and solve the problems. But what actually happened was they got into a very dramatic fight and started blaming everyone and arguing, and they were having a great time with it, but the tree died, which happens. Warning to you all. And this, again, in our community that we've created, I don't think that slide came up, but anyway, we also explore boundaries and conflict resolution as well, because these are important parts of play. So consent and these kind of workshops too. And finally, this is a game we created for conflict, where you play monsters that have different conflict styles, and then they kind of fight each other, and then you can kind of reflect and talk about how different the styles are. So basically, just to finish, at the moment, the RPG Club, we're looking for more audience. So we're looking for people who will really benefit from these kind of games and what they can give them. And that can be in the context of language learning, but also social skills, communication skills, and just having fun and being silly, because not all of us get to have that in our lives. And next is spaces. We've been really lucky to be able to take free spaces that we can use to run the games in, or very cheap rent, and we're also looking for more of that. So if anybody knows, please come and talk to me afterwards. It would be wonderful to connect. And last but not least, funding, because we want to make it, we can charge for this and it will be successful, but it would really nice to make it something that people can come to who really need it, who can really benefit from it. So we're kind of looking for opportunities in that way to get funding. So if you know of something or some organization that might be able to help, please reach out to me. And to finish, this was just for me to say a huge thank you to everyone here in Bulgaria, because of Bulgaria's kind of idiosyncratic, quirky, sad, happy, wild city that it is, I've been able to make all of the mistakes and fall into all of the holes that I could never allow myself to do in England, and just kind of make my way. And I'm so grateful for all the people that I've met here, and thank you. And that's it. Thank you.